Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 9, Book 89, number 265. Narrated by Markeel. Allah's apostle said, "If any ruler having the authority to rule Muslim subjects dies while he is deceiving them, Allah will forbid paradise for him." Volume 9, Book 89, number 266. Narrated by Tarif Abi Tamima. I saw Safwan and Jundub and Safwan's companions when Jundub was advising. They said, "Did you hear something from Allah's apostle?" Jundub said, "I heard him saying, whoever does a good deed in order to show off, Allah will expose his intentions on the day of resurrection, before the people. And whoever puts the people into difficulties, Allah will put him into difficulties on the day of resurrection." The people said to Jundub, "Advise us." He said, "The first thing of the human body to purify is the abdomen. So he who can eat nothing but good food, halal and earned lawfully, should do so, and he who does as much as he can that nothing intervene between him and paradise by not shedding even a handful of blood, i.e. murdering, should do so." Volume 9, Book 89, number 267. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Allah's apostle, the Prophet said, "You will be with the one whom you love." Volume 9, Book 89, number 268. Narrated by Thabit al-Bunani. Anas bin Malik said to a woman of his family, "Do you know such and such a woman?" She replied, "Yes." He said, "The Prophet passed by her while she was weeping over a grave, and he said to her, 'Be afraid of Allah and be patient.' The woman said to the Prophet, 'Go away from me, for you do not know my calamity.' Anas added, "The Prophet left her and proceeded. A man passed by her and asked her, 'What has Allah's apostle said to you?' She replied, 'I did not recognize him.' The man said, 'He was Allah's apostle.' Anas added, "So that woman came to the gate of the Prophet and she did not find a gatekeeper there, and she said, 'O Allah's apostle, by Allah, I did not recognize you.' The Prophet said, 'No doubt, patience is at the first stroke of a calamity.'" Volume 9, Book 89, number 269. Narrated by Anas. K. bin Sa'd was to the Prophet like a chief police officer to an emir, chief. Volume 9, Book 89, number 270. Narrated by Abu Musa. That the Prophet sent him and sent Mu'a after him, as rulers to Yemen. Volume 9, Book 89, number 271. Narrated by Abu Musa. A man embraced Islam and then reverted back to Judaism. Mu'a bin Jabal came and saw the man with Abu Musa. Mu'a asked, "What is wrong with this man?" Abu Musa replied, "He embraced Islam and then reverted back to Judaism." Mu'a said, "I will not sit down unless you kill him, as it is the verdict of Allah and His Apostle." Volume 9, Book 89, number 272. Narrated by Abdur Rahman bin Abi Bakr. Abu Bakr wrote to his son who was in Sijistan, "Do not judge between two persons when you are angry, for I heard the Prophet saying, a judge should not judge between two persons while he is in an angry mood." Volume 9, Book 89, number 273. Narrated by Abu Mas'ud al-Ansari. A man came to Allah's apostle and said, "O Allah's apostle, by Allah, I failed to attend the morning congregational prayer because so and so, i.e., Mu'adh bin Jabal, prolongs the prayer when he leads us for it." I had never seen the Prophet more furious in giving advice than he was on that day. He then said, "O people, some of you make others dislike good deeds, i.e. prayers, etc. So whoever among you leads the people in prayer, he should shorten it, because among them there are the old, the weak and the busy, needy having some jobs to do." See Hadith number 90, Volume 1. Volume 9, Book 89, number 274. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. That he had divorced his wife during her menses. Umar mentioned that to the Prophet. Allah's apostle became angry and said, he must take her back, his wife, and keep her with him till she becomes clean from her menses, and then to wait till she gets her next period and becomes clean again from it, and only then, if he wants to divorce her, he may do so. Volume 9, Book 89, number 275. Narrated by Aisha. Hind bint Utbah bin Rabia came and said, "O Allah's apostle, by Allah, there was no family on the surface of the earth I like to see in degradation more than I did your family, but today there is no family on the surface of the earth whom I like to see honored more than yours." Hind added, "Abu Sufyan is a miser. Is it sinful of me to feed our children from his property?" The Prophet said, "There is no blame on you if you feed them thereof, in a just and reasonable manner." Volume 9, Book 89, number 276. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. When the Prophet intended to write to the Byzantines, the people said, "They do not read a letter unless it is sealed, stamped." Therefore the Prophet took a silver ring, as if I am looking at its glitter now, and its engraving was, "Muhammad, Apostle of Allah." Volume 9, Book 89, number 277. Narrated by Abdullah bin As-Sadi. That when he went to Umar during his caliphate, Umar said to him, "Haven't I been told that you do certain jobs for the people, but when you are given payment you refuse to take it?" Abdullah added, "I said, yes." Umar said, "Why do you do so?" I said, "I have horses and slaves and I am living in prosperity, and I wish that my payment should be kept as a charitable gift for the Muslims." Umar said, "Do not do so, for I intended to do the same as you do." Allah's apostles used to give me gifts, and I used to say to him, "Give it to a more needy one than me." Once he gave me some money and I said, "Give it to a more needy person than me," whereupon the Prophet said, "Take it and keep it in your possession and then give it in charity. Take whatever comes to you of this money if you are not keen to have it and not asking for it. Otherwise, i.e., if it does not come to you, do not seek to have it yourself." Narrated, Abdullah bin Umar. I have heard Umar saying, "The Prophet used to give me some money, grant, and I would say to him, 'Give it to a more needy one than me.' Once he gave me some money and I said, 'Give it to a more needy one than me.' The Prophet said to me, 'Take it and keep it in your possession and then give it in charity. Take whatever comes to you of this money while you are not keen to have it and not asking for it. Take it, but you should not seek to have what you are not given." Volume 9, Book 89, number 278. Narrated by Sahl bin Saad. I witnessed a husband and a wife who were involved in a case of li'an. Then, the judgment of divorce was passed. I was 15 years of age at that time. Volume 9, Book 89, number 279. Narrated by Sahl. The brother of Bani Sa'idah, a man from the Ansar, came to the Prophet and said, "If a man finds another man sleeping with his wife, should he kill him?" That man and his wife then did li'an in the mosque while I was present.